Good morning, students. I am Chandrasekhar Gajbe, maths teacher in Podar International School. Today I am taking mathematics chapter number 5, Euclid's Geometry, Introduction to Euclid's Geometry. In this chapter we are taking first topic as Euclid's axioms. So there are 7 axioms in textbook. First axiom is things which are equal to the same thing are equal to one another. That means things which are equal to the same thing. Two things which are equal to the same thing are equal to one another. So we are taking here example for that. That example is here. If A is equals to B and A is equals to C, then we can say that B equals to C. That means A, that same thing A is equal with two different thing B and C, then that two different thing B and C are equals to each other. Next axiom is if equals are added to equals, the wholes are equal. When we are taking there two equal things, if equals are added to equals, when we are taking two equal things and we are adding that two equal things in a two different equal things, then we get last answer as equal things. So we are taking here example for that. When we take A equals to B and C equals to D, then we can say that A plus C means addition of A and C. Addition of A and C is equals to addition of B and D. So we can take there A plus C equals to B plus D. This is axiom number 2. Next we are taking axiom number 3. If equals are subtracted from equals, the remainders are equal. That is similar to second. When we subtract equal things from equal, then we get result as equal. So for example, we can check here. If A is equals to B and C is equals to D, then we can take A minus C equals to B minus D, that two things will equal. So A minus C equals to B minus D, that both things will equal here according to axiom 3. Next axiom is axiom number 4. Things which coincide with one another are equal to one another. That means if two things are there and that things are coincide with each other, then that two things will equal to each other. So for example, we can take here when we take two chalk sticks with equal length, when we take two chalk sticks with equal length, then that two things will coincide with each other. So that is example for axiom number 4. Next we are taking axiom number 5. So in this axiom you can check the whole is greater than the part. It have simple meaning, a whole is greater than the part. For example, you can check when we take one chalk stick and we break that in parts, then we know that one chalk stick, original one chalk stick is always greater than the broken parts. So this is the simple example for this axiom number 5. Next one is axiom number 6. That axiom number 6 is here. Things which are double of the same thing are equal to one another. That have simple meaning. if there are two same things and when we take a double of that, then that result will also equal. For example, we can check here, if a equals to b is there, then we can write 2a equals to 2b by multiplying by 2. When we take a twice of a and twice of b, then that two things will also equal. This is axiom number 6. Next axiom is axiom number 7. Things which are half of the same things are equal to one another. Things which are half of the same things are equal to another. That is similar to 6th. For example, when we take two equal things a and b, you can check that here. If we are taking here a equals to b, and when we take half of that both, half of a and half of b, then that two things will equal. So if a equals to b is there, then half of that two things will also equal. This is axiom number 7. Next point we are taking Euclid's 5 postulates. So there are 5 postulates in a textbook. First postulate is there. Postulate number 1, a straight line may be drawn from any one point to any other point. So we know that we can draw a straight line from any one point to the other point. That is a simple postulate. For example, we can check there, that line is given on the screen. That line you can see on a screen. That line we can draw from one point to another point. Next postulate is there, postulate number 2, that is a terminated line can be produced indefinitely. So that means if there is a terminated line, then we can extend that line from the both side indefinitely. For example, you can check there, a line is there, then we can extend that from both side. Next postulate is there, third postulate, a circle can be drawn with any center and any radius. So that has simple meaning. We can draw maximum circles with different radius and different center. So you can check the example for that. You can draw this first circle with smaller radius, and again we can draw their second circle with larger radius and with different centers. So that's why that there is a postulate third. We can draw any circle with a different radii and different centers. Next postulate is there, postulate number 4, all right angles are equal to one another. That has simple meaning. All right angles, not a triangle, all right angles will have its measurement 90. That's why that all right angles are equal to one another. So you can take their examples from that previous figure. You can check that here. When we take these angles are always 90. These angles are always 90. So that 90 angles will be equal. Next postulate is there, postulate number 5. So you can check that in a postulate number 5. If a straight line falling on two straight lines makes the interior angles on the same side of its taken together. So you can check that figure. In figure you can check that very easily. So in this figure, that straight line PQ falling on two straight lines AB and CD, and they make interior angles, angle 1 and angle 2, to the same side of the transversal and same side of the transversal. It taken together, you can check that on the screen, it taken together less than two right angles. Two right angle means 180. when we take that less than two right angles, means less than 180, then the two straight lines means AB and CD, that two straight lines AB and CD, if produced indefinitely, when we produce that AB and CD, then that AB and CD meet on the same side on which the sum of angles is less than two right angles. Two right angle means 180. So that sum of angles is less than two right angle. On that same side, that line will cross. So you can check that on the screen, that angle 1 and angle 2, that sum of angle is less than 180. That's why that AB and CD will cross to the same side of that angles, like this. So here angle 1 and angle 2 have its sum less than 180. That's why that AB and CD will cross to the same side of the angle. So that's why this is the postulate number 5, and this also is related to parallel sides. We can prove that concept of parallel sides according by using the postulate number 5, because when that sum of interior angles will be equals to 180, then that line AB and CD will parallel to each other. If that sum of interior angles to the same side will 180, then that AB and CD will parallel to each other. Okay, so that we can prove by using postulate number 5. Next point is equivalent version of Euclid's fifth postulate. So which fifth postulate we took in last? So for that fifth postulate we are taking here equivalent version. So first equivalent version is, for every line L and for every point P, you can check that on screen, for every line L and for every point P, not lying on the L, there exists a unique line M, this line M, passing through point P and parallel to line L. So that means there is only one line which will parallel to the line L and passing through point P, and that other line will intersecting lines to the L. So this is the equivalent version of Euclid's fifth postulate. Next one is second equivalent version of Euclid's fifth postulate is, two distinct intersecting lines cannot be parallel to the same line. Two distinct intersecting lines cannot be parallel to the same line. That is a converse of first equivalent version. So you can check there, two distinct lines, this one and this is second. So first and second, that two lines are intersecting to each other, then that two line will not parallel to the same line at a time. Otherwise we can take their two line as line M first and this is a second line. So that two line are intersecting to each other. So that two line will not parallel to the line L at a time. Only one line will parallel to the line L. This is the second equivalent version of the Euclid's fifth postulate. Thank you.